Hello, welcome to the Merdeka edition of The Nation. My name is Zaini Yoyi, will be with you for the next half an hour. Malaysia has gone a long way from 1957, 61 years in fact. So the nation has seen a lot of progress along the way, and a lot of things have happened along the way, with people along the way have contributed to Malaysia. 61 years is not short, but it's not too long for a nation. But the people who have contributed to Malaysia, they are called the seniors now, the senior. But where are they now? If they are out or they are not being employed anymore, where are they? Where are their voices? With this in mind, a few people have come together. They have come together, banded together, thought that a good platform should be formed for the people who have already contributed to Malaysia, and maybe they want to contribute a bit more to Malaysia. So with this in mind, we have in the studio Dato Muslim, who is one of the champions of this, the Senior magazine, Mr. Cheah, to come and talk to us about the Senior, the magazine. But before we talk about the Senior, the magazine, you're talking about the Third Age edition of it, or Third Age Association. What is Third Age? Because I just got to know today there's such a thing as Third Age. What is Third Age, by the way? I go to Mr. Cheah first, maybe. What is Third Age?
Okay, Third Age is a time where after a person retires, until he pass on. Right, okay. So that is Third Age.
Third age,
actually, there's also a Fourth Age, whereby the person becomes immobile, become dependent, due to illness or bedridden, for whatever
what
reason.
What is the age that constitutes Third Age?
We are talking about, if we follow the government guidelines, we are talking about people above 60 years old.
Still young actually.
Yeah. So First Age is the time from birth right up to you complete your studies.
Adolescent?
Yes.
Okay.
So after you complete your studies up to your retirement, it's called the Second Age.
Second Age.
Yes, and Third Age comes in after your retirement.
After retirement. So you're saying 60 and above?
That's right. I mean, if we follow the government guideline, it's 60 and above. That's right.
That's only a guideline.
Yes.
Dato Muslim, are you comfortable with being called the Senior?
Yes, of course.
So that word you have already put in as a magazine, a publication, the Senior. I mean, it's very apt because the Senior can be considered a mentorship kind of age, whereby most of the seniors have contributed immensely to the country. But now you are maybe doing your own stuff, sparingly at the sides. But what is the intention of having this, the Senior, the publication?
Yeah. There are, as you say, many seniors, and in fact, it's about 8 to 9% of the population.
Seriously?
Of Malaysia, and all these people are experienced people.
Right.
They have got vast experience, so they can still contribute
immensely
a lot
to the country.
For example, teachers. Those who, the country have got a need for teachers, particularly in the English language.
That's right.
Because we are now talking about getting even the police to be competent in English to communicate normally at with the traffic problems and all that. So we can harness these seniors and who some of them were from colleges like Greinsford, Kirby, and of course other places, other institutions, and they have contributed to when we were more English oriented
before, right?
than now lah. And now we want to go back to ensure that we are competent. So that's an example that you can harness our teachers. And then of course there are other areas because people come up or come out of their service in the government or private sector in their own various vocations, whether engineering as professors or whatever it is. All these people can be harnessed, but there is no mechanism at the moment.
There's no platform. I guess when you were talking about this idea, I mean, you mooted this idea. This actually the old age, or you're talking about the third age being there, is nothing new. But you're saying this is because 8% of population now is in that age. But you made a good point before that by 2035, 15% of the population will be in that age group. So meaning to say, these people are immensely huge. So if you don't cater to them and you just let them wither away, as not part of the community to contribute, this would be a waste for the country, Mr. Cheah. You agree?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this growing population is very important to the nation. I mean, we just look at our Prime Minister himself.
Yes,
at the age of 93, I think he's an icon for the country.
Of course,
now there's no such thing as retirement, in a sense.
Exactly.
In fact, he has set a new benchmark for all the senior citizens in Malaysia. That you should be always remain active. Otherwise, you will have a lot of illness coming in if you are not doing anything. Just waking up. The sad part is, especially if you wake up in the morning and you do not know what to do. So we do not want these seniors to
feel that way,
end up having a lot of problems later on. So we should always be engaged physically and mentally.
You have to have, I think, a focus of life.
Correct.
If you leave your vocation, you must have something else to fall back on. Maybe.
Correct.
You must know that you are still useful. That is what the senior is trying to do.
Correct.
So the senior was mooted by whom, Dato Muslim?
In fact, it was mooted by a great friend of mine, Tan Sri Sung.
Tan Sri Sung?
Tan Sri Sung.
Yeah, you can show that.
That's him.
Okay. Which camera? Okay, Dato, you can. Yes. That's Tan Sri Sung. He's also 93, I was told.
He's also 93, but still very active. Although he's got some hearing problem, but he's still normal.
Still active, yeah?
Still active. And he, of course, is from the old school and believes that we should have hard copy magazine to look at, to read and whatnot.
Which is the main style of the old, old generation.
Whereas we may have the older generation or the younger generation who will want to go digital all the way, reading e-books or WhatsApp and all that.
But old is still gold, actually.
But I think now
all is gold.
There are more and more people going back to hard copies.
Because I think if you have the new stuff, Dato, you shouldn't forget the old, the old stuff. The old, I think the old models and all that is still workable. It's just how how you use it, I guess. So this thing, when you say the magazine, you have come up with the publication of, if I may, this the senior. So it's not easy to start a magazine because of the funding and all the work around this. How do you go about, Mr. Cheah, funding the senior, and how do you distribute this to the your target market?
In fact, when I started this magazine, I mean, I had my reservation, Although Tan Sri Sung, our advisor, say that it's important to have such a magazine because a lot of people like the feel of paper when they read, and also the font size must be appropriate size. But I had my reservation because the funding it can be an issue. because especially in terms of sustainability of the magazine.
That's true.
No?
True.
So, but anyway, I felt that no, it is his wish list or so-called bucket list, lah.
Okay.
And I said, okay, let me try to fulfill this this young man dreams.
Right.
So I said, okay, let me try it and kick it off.
Right.
So that was end of 2016.
Okay. 2 years ago.
Yes, 2 years ago, we got our approval from Home Ministry
The license.
to publish the magazine after we formed the association. No? So in 2017, February, we launched our first issue. No?
Ah, okay.
Yes.
And this is biannual or is
it's quarterly.
It's a quarterly,
so
every
it's
3
every
months.
3 months. Yeah,
Okay.
every 3 months. So it's in English, and it's a lifestyle magazine covering various areas like nutrition, hobbies, even cooking, recipes. No?
So everything
So
lifestyle.
it covers a
Various
number of
ranges.
areas
Yeah.
that is of interest. One thing we want to keep this magazine is something that is exciting, that seniors want to look forward to.
Right,
That
right.
after retirement, there's a lot of life behind it. It's not about waiting for your time.
Yes.
So we do not want to have content that is not a happy content. No?
Right.
Content that is not
Something
too
relevant to
depressing.
their,
That's right.
you know,
that's right.
their I
Yeah.
think predilection and all
Yeah.
that.
So that was the thing.
That was the intention, yeah.
Correct. So just we want this magazine to be a voice for the seniors as well. Yeah.
So what is your Dato? What is your, before we go on a break here? What is your challenge or challenges? What are your challenges in doing this magazine?
Well, in terms of getting articles and all that,
Yes.
it's not a problem.
It's not a problem.
Not a
Okay, that's good.
Because there are many people who like to contribute.
Yeah, wealth of knowledge out there. Yeah.
Although we don't pay anything,
Oh,
but they do contribute. And of course, we'll try to categorize the various articles into specific kind of
segments maybe,
categories, like health, exercise, emergencies,
Okay.
and then travel. This is another big thing.
Okay.
Another big thing for seniors.
Right.
Most of them would have some disposable income.
Right.
So they would like to travel.
Money to burn.
And well, they keep the money in the bank. It belongs to the bank.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the best way of utilizing using your
So you're
money is
giving
to
them a
spend it.
platform to do this, yeah.
That's
Okay,
right.
Dato, I mean, hold on to that thought, Mr. Cheah. We'll be talking more about this, the senior, right after this short break. Be right back.